This is
Animal Radio.
Oh, what did he say?
He said we're all across the USA, the most listened to pet show today. Animal Radio, we're everywhere you go. Animal Radio.
wow. Bobby, I like the get up today.
Animal Radio.
It's my red, white, and blue. Come on, it's the salute to our beautiful country. It's Independence Day.
A wonderful July 4th weekend tonight.
Mm-hmm. My red, white, and blue phone, honey.
Are you doing the fireworks thing?
Too much information, Bobby.
I didn't really think so. Picture, look at you. I mean, today you're also red, white, and blue and kind of showy, if I might say so.
Hey, you know, got to show support for my country. Yeah.
It is all good. Of course, if your animals are going to join you tonight, make sure it's inside because fireworks really scare the living daylights.
Yeah, more dogs are lost on this day than any other day of the year.
It's like right after July 4th, we always get phone lines ring up. Can you make an announcement? I lost my dog. I lost my cat over the weekend.
Get frightened and they bolt. So make sure they're kept inside. Make sure when you open the door they don't slip out, and keep an eye on those little guys.
And some of them actually have to be medicated.
Yeah.
So, you know, talk to your vet, seriously, because there are some things that will help the ones that are really, really affected negatively by this.
There's that music CD.
That's I was just going to say. The music
There's lots of relaxation tips you can use, and, you know, having been a dog owner of a dog that was just absolutely terrified by fireworks, I totally sympathize. Even though 4th of July fireworks are fun for us, not so much for our dogs.
Now so play that music, My Pet CD, classic cuts. It will relax them. You can turn it up a little bit. Normally you don't want to play it real loud, but for the fireworks you want to cover it up. So get that CD and let your pet relax this 4th of July.
And it's okay to share just a little bit of hot dog with them. Just today. You shouldn't do it every day. But, you know, it's July 4th.
I know.
That's what
Make sure it's a kosher hot dog, okay? They're the best!
Big show today. We have a dog catcher coming on, real life dog catcher who has a lot of interesting stories to tell. Spent 10, 11 years on the force. And is this a female or male?
It's a female.
Female.
Yes.
Female dog catcher.
So then we can refer to her as her rather than it.
My mother was a dog catcher.
Was she? I didn't know that.
Gosh, back
Are you serious, Judy? You never
this
told
was
us.
like in the early 70s.
Really?
And Camarillo Airport down there, they had...
California.
California, yeah. They had a little
I know where
shelter.
Camarillo is.
Yeah, well, that was when it was in Wagon Wheel, for those who know Oxnard really well. This is back in the late 60s, early 70s. She was a dog catcher.
So the whole
Isn't
animal
there a state
thing...
mental hospital located there,
In
Judy?
Camarillo, they closed that down. I
Yeah.
actually closed that place down. I'm real proud of that.
Nice going, Hal.
Yeah.
You were too nuts for them.
Yeah. So I see the whole animal thing runs in your family, Judy.
Yes, it goes way back.
Good to know. Good to know. I see you have a lot of email over there, Bobby. I forgot your name just for a second. The July 4th thing already kicking in.
You have one of those parent moments. Did you have that with your mom growing up when she would call you everyone else's name
in the family,
but yours?
Yeah.
Even including the family pets before she finally got to you?
I'm turning into my dad.
We have lots and lots of emails, and do we want to start with the one that I got from? Where did he sign it?
I want to hold off on it just for a few minutes.
Okay. You want to wait? Okay, all right. But
I know you're working on news. What do you got coming up in news?
Well, we're going to take a look at pets and whether or not they can actually get sunburned. You know what? They can. I'll have details and info for you coming up in the news.
So go ahead, pop the top of a cold one, and enjoy Animal Radio with us today. 1-866-405-8405. Dr. Debbie's answering your vet medical questions. We will not let her drink until the end of the show. So you're getting good, legit advice, uninfluenced by July 4th alcohol and celebration. Also, Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. I can't say the same about his. He's usually...
I think he does better when he's on his drink.
The secret tea.
Oh, here comes Vinnie Penn, ladies and gentlemen, working his way into the studio here. I told you to tell him not to bring his kids in.
Well, we bring our pets, our animals. Why can't he bring his kids?
I'm not watching no kids today. Nuh-uh.
It's not Aunt Debbie's time to babysit.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on, learn more.
I said enough! Hey gang, this is the Money Man, Eddie Money. Make sure you spay to your pets and keep the dial right here to Animal Radio. It's the greatest station in the world.
This is
Animal Radio.
It's Animal Radio. We're celebrating our connection with our pets. We do it every weekend. We have a lot of fun doing it. Actually, we celebrate our connection 24/7, 365, but we do it on the air with you at 1-866-405-8405. If you have a question for the vet, let us know. If you want to talk to the dog behaviorist, Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, perhaps you want to talk to Vinny, the comedian, the token smart aleck here at Animal Radio. He's got a good career going. Another book coming out, I believe another TV show. Very excited about that.
Go, Vinny.
Go, Vinny. Animal communicator Joy Turner, as well as Susan Sims and Bobby working on news. Speak with her in just a couple of minutes. I believe... Okay, I'm sorry. This hour of Animal Radio is brought to you by Lucky Dog Cuisine. Of course, this is the official dog food of Animal Radio's stunt dog, Ladybug.
Yes.
And she couldn't do her stunts and her agility without this kind of food. The reason it's so good is you're not going to find it in the pet store, so I'll tell you that right now, because it has no preservatives. It's actually shipped to us on ice directly from the kitchen, and then we actually put it in the freezer, pull a packet out each day, put it in the microwave. She loves it, and it's 4 great flavors that include pasta and beef and barley, flaxseed.
Turkey.
So you know that you're getting almost home-cooked food. Now, if you're the kind of person that wants to cook for your animal but doesn't have the time to do it, you're working too hard, this is a great food. You want to check it out, Lucky Dog Cuisine.
Plus, you may have the time, but you're not sure that you're getting all the right nutrients. This is already done. You don't have to worry about the label. But I want to tell you about a special. They have a free 6-pound sample. That's a lot of food. And
all you have to do is pay shipping and handling, right?
Shipping and handling.
Oh, very good. Okay, so if you want to pick that up, head on over to luckydogcuisine.com or call them. The number is 843-227-5900.
Mika loves that dog food, though.
She loves that.
Yeah,
She'll go through like.
Let me ask her.
Yes,
Mika, do you like this dog food? Right? Yes. She said it to me.
Mika likes it. We all love it. Give it a try. It's probably the best food. I know it's the best food you can get for your dog. We'll post all the information at animalradio.com. We have Joey on the phone. Hi, Joey. How are you?
Okay.
Where are you calling from today?
I'm in West Memphis, Memphis now, Arkansas.
How can we make your day better?
I got, about a month ago, I adopted a Chihuahua from the pound, and every time I get out of the truck to use the bathroom or do whatever I need to out of the truck, he shreds paper all over the floor.
Okay, inside of the truck?
Do what?
Inside of the truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my mother's also got a Chihuahua, and he shreds paper all over the floor in her living room.
So what is the easy solution would be to this situation? Easy solution would be get a little crate, like for the cats, and every time when you get out of the truck, just put this Chihuahua in the crate for a while.
Oh.
Because what's happening is your Chihuahua has separation anxiety for you. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And what I would love to do, to suggest you, we are on Animal Radio. We just love it, not just for our pets, for ourselves. That's a music by company Music My Pet. And what I would like you to do, every time when you leave your truck, please turn out the CD, Music My Pet, musicmypet.com. What it does, it has a special signals, musical signals for the dog's ears. It's a very serious. It's are you the truck driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not bullet, it's a real deal. So what it is, every time when you're gonna turn the CD on, your dog will calm down and almost fall asleep. I guarantee you. And you know what? We're gonna send it to you for absolutely free. You're gonna get the CD, and then I ask you for the few 10. Maybe days, I would like you to put your puppy in the crate, in the little crate. It's not expensive. Just get the smallest one, plastic one. Like Ireland proof for the cats, that little one. So put it inside and turn the music on and leave your truck. And in 10 days, you don't need to do that. Just put this puppy, instead of crate, put her in the little like a very comfortable dog bed. And the same thing, turn music, leave the truck. And after next probably 5-10 days, you probably don't need to turn the music on. Make sure no welcome celebrations when you come home. Excuse me, not the home, to your truck. And no grieving, because I guess your truck is your home anyway. And yeah, I believe it. And before you leave your truck, please don't say, "Baby, I'm going to come back. Behave." Just don't give any attention. Just put in, turn the music, and leave it. Come back, no attention. If you come back and your dog is in the crate, "I want to see Daddy. I want to see Daddy." Just smack that crate, not the dog crate, like this, and say, "Ah." When the dog shuts up, say, "Good girl," or boy, whoever it is. In 5-10 minutes, you can open this door. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Thanks for your call, Tom. Yes?
Yeah. One last question. Why did you get the Chihuahua? Why couldn't get the real dog? You became Judy's friend now because she has a Chihuahua too.
And she shreds Kleenexes.
She does do that.
Yeah.
It don't matter what kind of paper it is. He's going to shred it if it's in the floor.
You should keep your mouth shut because you are shaming me. I am an official dog trainer for Animal Radio. You should not say it publicly. You should tell me privately.
Okay, Ladybug does wonders now that Vladae's trained her.
Thank you. That's what I would like to hear it.
My mother's actually the one that got me to get a Chihuahua because she's got two of them. I wanted to get a Lhasa Apso.
That one is a troublemaker too. Listen, people, if you're hearing me right now, the two breeds from the small group which Vladae totally endorsed and recommend would be Maltese and Bichon. Shih Tzu will be so-so. And the one which you mentioned, stay away from. Again, guys, when the God closed the door, he opened the window. When I say like that, it doesn't mean all of them bad. It's just my experience, and by generally, that's what... I haven't seen even one person who called me and said, "I have a bad Maltese. Maltese is biting my kids. Maltese is doing this." Mostly the people say Maltese is peeing all over the house. Vladae, please help. But if somebody calls Shih Tzu me with Shih Tzu or Lapo Apsa, they starting with, "I have a devil dog. I have a little terrorist, and the dog bites," and such and such. So, fortunately, dogs do not decide. People decided again. Breeder decided. I mean, Lhasa Apso should be Shih Tzu is the little guard dog. Was in the past for the kings or queens, whatever it was. So they are supposed to behave like that. But again, if you start socialize them early with humans, with dogs, and do proper training, you always can come up with the perfect pet. Recipe for the perfect pet always based on 3 components: perfect genetics or temperament, perfect nutrition, and of course, perfect training. And when it comes to the training, Vladae is the best.
Don't let him hear that. He's standing right here. Could go to his head.
We know that, yes?
Good boy.
What do you got coming up in the news?
Well, we're going to take a look at everybody's garden, especially in regards to poison control and animals. Details on the top 10 points to keep your animals alive. Coming up in the news.
Ooh, very important stuff. 1-866-405-8405.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your pet.
Okay, time to check out that website I heard about. www.safeguardfordogs.com. There it is.
Hi, I'm Dawn.
The virtual host is a nice touch.
Roxy.
It looks like these links and videos cover everything a dog owner might want to know about intestinal worm infections and how to prevent them. Here's a savings coupon for Safeguard Canine Dewormers, and even an online reminder service. Better bookmark this one, www.safeguardfordogs.com.
When I went looking for a quality allergen-free dog food for Roscoe, a friend told me about canine caviar. Being a born skeptic, I examined every ingredient and, most importantly, made sure it drove our dog's taste buds crazy. Here's the lowdown. Canine Caviar is holistic, allergen-free, with raw dehydrated meats, herbs, fish oil, and flaxseed for health and joint support. Good food for Roscoe from a company I can trust. Ask your pet store for Canine Caviar. Learn more at caninecaviar.com.
Every once in a while, there comes along a special group of animal lovers that stands strongly in defense of the voiceless. Animal People is that newspaper for people who really care about the animals. Animal People's published 10 times yearly. The publisher is a non-profit corporation dedicated to exposing the existence of cruelty to animals and to informing and educating you so that animal lovers worldwide can eliminate such cruelty. Your subscription is $24 a year and is 100% tax deductible. Get Animal People's fair and accurate investigative reporting from the industry watchdog. Visit our website at www.animalpeoplenews.org. That's www.animalpeoplenews.org to subscribe to the news for people who care about animals. Animal People. Subscribe today at www.animalpeoplenews.org.
It's Animal Radio. What seems like a casual Friday is July 4th. Have a happy July 4th weekend. And please
Have
keep
a
it
safe
safe.
one,
Yes,
too.
please. We hear so
Take
many
care of your
things.
dog.
Yes. Keep them inside. You go out and enjoy the
don't-
fireworks. I'm trying to
that's it.
talk
Don't
with her.
drink-
I'm not going to let her talk today.
And I'm gonna throw one in with you, Hal. It's like, don't drink and drive, just drink.
There you go. Some words of wisdom from all of us here at Animal Radio.
Oh,
Taking your
that's
calls at 1-866-405-8405. Dr. Debbie wishing she had nothing to do with Animal Radio right now. We'll be going to the phones with
Who
her in
can
just a
blame
couple seconds. You're working on a moose story, isn't that correct? And you're trying to figure out the plural of the moose? Okay. If you know the plural of moose, call us at 1-866-405-8405. Bobby's working on a moose story, apparently plural moose. I think it's Mises. Is it Mises? No, it's not Mises.
No, that was the cartoon show of Jinx the cat and the two mice, and I hates Mises to pieces. So I don't think that's the plural of moose.
Oh, I bet you didn't think when you woke up this morning you'd be listening to a radio show, a couple of airbags talking about Mises and mooses today. Well, welcome. It's Animal Radio. We're celebrating our connection with our pets. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you an airhead. I'm speaking exclusively for myself. I'm the airhead. We have Dr. Debbie. Dr. Debbie, she has a college degree, and she's answering your vet medical questions. Of course, Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, with your most vexing dog behavior questions. Catch him now before he has a TV show, because he won't answer your questions after he has a TV show. He'll be too big for you. 1-866-405-8405. Hey, happened to Cesar Milan. Could happen to Vladae. Awesome. Animal communicator Joy Turner is on the way to communicate with your pets. And I understand she can do this from both sides. I'm a little skeptical. Judy always looks at me when I get skeptical about this whole thing.
Yes, you have to have your own experience. Someday you will, and you'll change your tune. You'll sing a different tune.
You're just not sensitive enough, Hal.
I guess not. But if you want to talk to her, 1-866-405-8405. Doesn't matter if you're the big beer-drinking, bearded truck driver with the little chihuahua. If you want to talk to your pet, hey, it's your life. 1-866-405-8405. When I have something to say to my pet, I walk right up to my pet and I say, here it is, buddy. I lay it right out on the line. I don't need an animal communicator.
And what do they say back?
They usually just ignore me.
Well, you know what? I had to look up to see what the plural of moose is.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Okay, what'd you find?
What is?
It's the same as a single word.
Oh, moose.
So moose.
Moose.
It is
One
noun,
moose, three
plural.
moose.
Moose.
But there's also other wildlife names that are like that, like deer.
Oh, yes. What are deer?
Deer.
Oh, yeah.
Deer is both used single and plural.
Uh-huh.
Mink is
Mink?
single or plural.
Yes.
Grouse
I don't
is single or plural.
Is a grouse.
I don't know.
But
So it's not grouses.
No.
But it is grousing if you're being a grouch. It's referred to as grousing.
there you go. There's
I'd
your
like to
lesson for today.
educate you there, Hal.
There's 2 minutes of your life you'll never get back. What do you got coming up in the news?
Moose in Utah and an insurance claim that no one would believe. And there is that old children's rhyme, Mary, Mary, quite contrary.
Oh, yes.
How does your garden grow?
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Well, we're going to take a look at everybody's garden, especially in regards to poison control and animals. Details on the top 10 points to keep your animals alive. Coming up in the news.
It's Animal Radio. 1-866-405-8405 to talk to anyone of the Dream Team. We heard last hour that, according to this new survey, the favorite presidential pets, socks. Socks, the cat, was the most.
That's surprising.
Yeah, and who would you think would be? You would think Bo Obama would be the second.
I thought he would be the first, actually, but I'll take him as the second.
It's actually
He doesn't get as much face time, though.
Not yet.
Really did get.
Not yet. Give it some time, though.
Yeah.
He's going to have a TV show. I guarantee it. Millie, the White House, Millie from the Bush 1 era. That was senior?
Right.
I believe it was
Bush
senior. Millie,
yes.
came in there as number 2 on that list.
Wow.
And we post the results to this list, which shows some surprising things. Who would you allow to be your pet sitter? Well, Jennifer Aniston, according to this poll, is the number 1 pick. I guess that's the Marley and Me thing.
Must be.
Yeah.
But she's a big dog lover. She's got several dogs.
Are we going to Kathy? Hi, Kathy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good. If you could pick one celebrity to come in and pet sit for you, who would it be?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington. See, everybody's picking all the cute ones.
Yeah.
Very good. How can we help you out today? What's going on with your pets?
I have a 17-year-old Cocker Spaniel female.
Wow.
She is, I believe she's deaf. I just found that out probably within the last 3 weeks or so.
She just went deaf just real recently?
Yeah. She's always responded to me, and she's in relatively good health. The only thing that even indicates that she's got any age on her is the gray around her face, and she has cataracts, but not bad. I mean, she can still see, but and then these little wart things that gets on her body.
Oh yeah, they get lots of those.
Yeah, but the hearing is what's got me troubled. Used to, I could talk to her and she would look at me and cock her head, and respond to me. But now, she'll be sitting in the seat, and I'm a truck driver, and she rides with me in the truck, and she'll be sitting in the seat, and I can actually unlock my door and get into the truck and reach up and touch her before she acknowledges me.
Yeah.
So I know she's not hearing the keys anymore. She's not hearing the click of the door. And I'm just wondering, what can I do or is there anything that I can do to either help her, or how do I deal with her? Because I don't want to do anything with her, but I want to be able to help her. When she's sleeping, if I touch her, she's startled.
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing, is that when pets can live a comfortable, happy life without hearing. And in fact, I think they probably like it because they don't listen to us complaining and telling them what to do. So she's probably in bliss right now, like, I can't hear the lady. But as far as, definitely you hit about one of the big things is the startle reflex. Because she can't hear you coming or getting her attention, we don't want her to become startled, and we don't certainly want to set up for an accident where you could get bitten, or where she might kind of spook or run off or anything like that. So as much as we can. Now, in a regular household setting, the number one thing I kind of work towards is to retrain the dog to visual cues. And we can do that with, leash training, reward-based training, so that you give her goodies and teach her basic signals when you need her attention, to have her come towards you. And in your situation with traveling, that will be important, that we don't lose control of her, because she could certainly kind of wander into a situation if she can't hear your command. So that's really important, definitely.
Yeah, she never gets out of the truck without a leash. And when we're at home, I have a fenced yard with a doggy door in my house, and so she has the reign of that. The only thing that I've noticed is when I have her in the truck, if she's standing in the floor, I can point and she'll get up on the chair. And I'm assuming that that's the only thing I can do is point. I know she's not hearing me.
Yeah,
but
and we can use. You can use vibration as a way to gain her attention. So if you're trying to get her attention, either within the cab or in the home setting, I usually tell people within the house, if you're coming in and your dog doesn't wake up and you're afraid you're going to startle them when you touch them, stomp on the floor. Anything where they'll pick up the vibration instead of relying on the audible cues. So if there's a way that can fit into your thing, then absolutely. Or we can use light to some degrees, but in a truck cab, you might not have that availability to kind of, flash a light where that might catch her attention. But I'd say use vibration, and if you keep her on the leash, then, you're keeping her world safe. You're keeping her within your close arms and your love. So, I think
she's pretty perceptive to vibrations then?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Like knocking on the door, if I was knocking on something, the vibration of that would let her know that I was coming in?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you use that and use a reward. So when you knock on a door and, she might be startled maybe the first time or two, but we train her to that. So you come in, you give her a goodie, a treat, you give her love, so that she starts to recognize that when she feels that vibration, that you're going to be coming, and that means she has, pay attention. Don't be alarmed that, someone's going to come barreling through the door, but it's probably mom looking for you. So, yeah. And 17 years.
All I needed. I just, she's been such a big part of my life, and I just can't, I can't even imagine doing anything with her. I can't leave her at home. I just can't be away from her.
And you've done such a good job. I've got to say, 17 years old is a phenomenal lifespan. And the fact she just went deaf now, a lot of dogs go through this much earlier. So, you've been doing something right all these years to have her with you that long. So, I commend you on that, and keep up the good work. This is Dr. Debbie. If you have a question for any of us here, give us a call at 1-866-405-8405.
Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is, animal radio fans. It's Vinnie Penn coming at you with another Party Animal segment. That's right. Sometimes I just open with a question here on the Party Animal segment, and that's what I'm going to do this time. And you could perhaps, if you'd like to display your comedic chops, email me at vinnie@animalradio.com. Why are there some people out there who own both a cat and goldfish? I don't understand what that is. Do they want to actually view a goldfish nervous breakdown? Is this something they want to see? They're amused by it. Hey, look, yesterday, look at the way it's trembling. Knows we're leaving. They jangle the keys in front of them. We're about to leave. We're leaving you alone with Sabertooth over there. That's right. Another 9 hours. Look at him shake. Look at the fish shake. Isn't it hilarious? I've never understood homes that have both a cat and an aquarium. Did they miss Tom and Jerry growing up? Was that not on? They were watching Heckle and Jekyll. They were a Scooby-Doo family. I don't. Do they even know that the second they leave? The worst thing about these house cats too is they don't just immediately run up. If you put a camera, if you rigged your video camera to film the house while you were at work, house cats don't just immediately at 5 after 9, the second you leave, the second you get in your Honda to go to work, they don't immediately pounce on the tank. They toy with those two tiny little goldfish, man. That cat's moving slow across the room, and he's looking, and he's licking his chops. Yeah. And then, boom, he's right in front of them. And then maybe he'll back off. I don't know. Maybe I'll eat you. Maybe I won't. And then it's bobbing for apples until 5 o'clock. Why do people have both a cat and an aquarium? That is this week's question on Party Animal.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
This is
Animal Radio. It's Animal Radio, celebrating our connection with our pets as we celebrate the country's birthday today. Please keep your animals safe. Those fireworks sending so many animals to the hospital every 4th of July, and then we get those rush of calls. Oh, my animal
bolted during the fireworks and they're lost now, please make an announcement. This year, please keep them inside, play some music, talk to your doctor. Well, I guess it's too late to talk to your doctor unless they
Hide
work today.
under the bed with them. It's
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what because the fireworks, frankly, they scare me too.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
That's where you always are. That's why I can never find you.
I think I was a dog in my last life. I know I am one in this
hiding
one.
from doing chores.
Yeah, from doing work.
Do you have email over there?
We get lots and lots of email.
We really
which
do.
we love from you guys. Thank you very much. Here's one that came in. My wife and I are driving back from a trip to visit her family. Anyway, we've been listening to Animal Radio the entire drive back, and it really makes it go much faster when we are in the middle of nowhere.
Well, you know why? They're trying to get home fast so they don't have to listen anymore. Is what's happening.
I didn't take it that way.
Oh,
Hal,
okay.
but,
Sorry.
I was going for the positive.
Oh, sure.
And Keith, who wrote this to us, says he has worked in radio for over 11 years, producing shows and done some on-air work. About a year ago, I left my full-time producing job and started a doggy daycare, which has really taken off.
Wow.
I really think you should talk about how a good doggy daycare can get put together on your show. We're located in Minneapolis, and there are some great daycares and some that I would never send my dog to. I would love to be a guest if you want, but I really think people need to be educated on what is good and bad. If you ever need any help with the show, I would love to help out. I still have the radio bug. Sending us a smile emoticon is Keith Miller, who is the co-owner of Pampered Pooch Playground.
So
and they're in Minneapolis.
He gave up radio to become to open this Pampered Pooch Playground. That's a good move. Probably.
Yeah.
We should talk to him.
Yeah, see how he did it.
Okay, can we get him on the air next week?
I'll phone him right up and get him on the shoe.
Okay, he emailed us at yourvoice@animalradio.com. And I want to tell you, by the way, the phone numbers and the email available to you all week long. If you have a medical question, you can call on a Tuesday. You don't have to call today. Sometimes you might have a question you don't want to go on the air. I understand that. I mean, who would want to be ridiculed by
me? That was interesting.
I hit it by
accident.
but
Yeah.
That's why you're such a production guru, Hal.
Yes, I am. Thanks for your email. We love your email at yourvoice@animalradio.com.
Hal's the technical genius of Animal Radio, ladies and gentlemen.
This is an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Simple Solution.
I'm Bobby Hill for Animal Radio. If you've ever wondered if pets can get sunburned like their owners, the answer is yes. That's why the American Animal Hospital Association recommends the use of sunscreens with both UVA and UVB blockers for your pets. Just like two-legged creatures, that would be us, dogs, cats, and horses are most susceptible to sunburn between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Want to stay safe this summer? Keep your pets inside during the peak sunshine hours, or be smart, provide some shade for them. A California-based company cloning dogs for those who can afford the hefty price tag has given away a free one. The winner was James Symington, whose German Shepherd Tracker helped find the last survivor of the World Trade Center after the September 11th terrorist attacks. Symington, now retired and living in L.A., said Tracker lived to be 16, but his final years were affected by a degenerative neurological disorder that some experts say was related to exposure of toxic smoke at Ground Zero. Symington was given 5 cloned Tracker puppies by BioArts International last month. The White House has released an official bio and pic of the first dog, Bo. It's all in the form of a baseball card. You can find it online if you go to the White House's official website, and that's whitehouse.gov. Don't go to the other one. Here are some of the stats listed for the first pooch. His name comes from a cousin's cats, actually 2 cats, one named Bo, the other one Diddley. There's your rock and roll sub-reference for today. Bo's favorite food, tomatoes. His favorite exercise, running and chasing. His goal is to make friends with foreign dognataries. Want to find out more? You can log on to whitehouse.gov. I'm Bobby Hill for Animal Radio. Get more breaking animal news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Simple Solution with a tip for pet messes. For liquid spills or urine stains, blot up the excess by starting on the outside of the stain, then move toward the center of the affected area. This will prevent the stain from spreading.
This is Jane Lynch on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your animal. Spay or neuter. Let me say that again. You don't want to do both. Spay or neuter. Let me say it again. Can I do that?
You can do whatever you want.
Oh, God bless. I'm going to try it one more time. Hi, this is Jane Lynch on Animal Radio. Please spay or neuter your animal. I love it.
You do so good early in the morning. My
I'm
mouth
so
doesn't work.
caffeinated right now, can I tell you? I'm barely holding it together.
You're awesome.
If your family is like mine, it includes at least one four-legged friend. The summer storm season is here, so we're taking precautions to protect our pets. Many pets are lost during storms and natural disasters, and without ID, 90% won't return home. Visiting your veterinarian for a simple, safe, and inexpensive procedure to implant a microchip in your pet could save its life. Make sure your pet's microchip number is enrolled with your contact information in a national database, like Home Again. Visit homeagain.com for more information.
This is
Animal Radio.
It's Animal Radio. 1-866-405-8405. The whole family's here. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, Vinnie Penn. He's just the smart ass around here at Animal Radio. He's the party animal, we call him. Just trying to keep you up to date. A lot of new listeners. We have animal communicator Joy Turner. She'll be joining us at 1-866-405-8405. Susan Sims, she's on the road. She's doing
cruising. Yes, she is. She's adopting a lot of animals.
Next year, we got to do that, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. You're on with Dr. Debbie.
Okay. I've got a 6.5-year-old English bulldog, and he is suffering from a yeast infection in his ears. He's been on a few different antibiotics, Baytril, and then he was on prednisone. And within 2 days of finishing those, it was back. And it is so severe, he's in so much pain. One night we had to bring him to the emergency vet. They had to give him a shot of morphine. That's how much pain he was in, and we just cannot clear it up.
Okay. Now, you said he has a yeast infection in his ear?
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
Are there other medicines beyond those two that you mentioned?
He had been on maybe a lighter antibiotic that she didn't think was working, so that's why she put him on the Baytril. And he had some ear drops also.
Okay, because the reason I ask is because a yeast infection, a lot of dogs will get a mixed infection where we have yeast, bacteria, all kind of having a good old time in that ear canal. But if you have a heavy yeast infection, then I would really see about getting your baby on actually some yeast medication. And a lot of the topical medicines have a component that is useful for yeast, but there's some oral medication, and one in particular called ketoconazole, which I would really see about getting your baby on, because sometimes it takes hitting this type of problem in multiple directions and just a topical alone. But Baytril does not kill yeast, and steroids do not kill yeast. They might make the itch less intense, but we really need to get that maybe up the ante a little bit and try some other methods to get that yeast under control. And the other thing was sometimes with the yeast infections, I find if you're trying all these different things and if you're using them and we're not getting improvements, then we really have to take 2 steps back and look at the pet and say, wait a minute, there's something else going on here. Because if we're having chronic problems, especially ear infections recurrently, and English bulldogs, we know have a lot of skin problems in general. It's kind of one of their favorite problems. But we really need to step back and look at what else could be causing this. And I would look at allergies as a root cause. I would look at thyroid problems as a root cause. And then just the physical characteristics of these bulldogs, the droopy skin folds, the moist areas they have on their body. So it isn't hard for that kind of stuff to really fester and breed and just survive on our little bulldog friends. So yeah, I would definitely see we can try a lot of other avenues to try to tackle that yeast effectively.
Okay, so you said Phyto what?
The antifungal I use is called ketoconazole. And it's in a tablet form. And, you know, there's actually even some ear rinses. So you're probably using ear regimens like anyone battling an ear infection in dogs. You use a rinse, and then you use a topical ointment or a medication. There are actually topicals that are designed for yeast. And we have one that has ketoconazole actually in it. And that would be something I would be looking for as well, that you can try topical treatment in a little bit more effective way. So yeah, there's a lot of things out there as far as that. We're getting wiser, we're getting smarter as time goes on. So there's a lot of fabulous products that are out there. And if you need more information, certainly give me an email. I'll be happy to drop some names and give you some other ideas there. But there's definitely hope for you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And give your baby a hug. What's your baby's name?
Wrigley.
Wrigley.
Yes.
Fabulous. From the Chicago area, are you?
Actually, originally, yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I'm from that area, too. So
really?
Thank you so much, and give Wrigley a hug.
Thank you.
This is Dr. Debbie with Animal Radio, 1-866-405-8405.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Dogs or cats, horse or emu, animals are people too.
An angry dog owner has filed a claim against the Hermosa Beach police in the Los Angeles Superior Court. It all started when David Nichols, a quadriplegic, was walking his service dog on the beach. A hotel worker started yelling at him about not cleaning up after his dog. Nichols claimed the job belonged to the hotel worker, and then the hotel worker flagged down the police, who ordered Nichols to stop his wheelchair. What happened next is in dispute. Nichols saying he was forced to the ground by the policeman, and the police report saying that he fell out of his chair during a struggle. Nichols is seeking compensation for what he says was a violation of his civil rights. I'm Britt Savage for Animal Radio.
Animals are people too. Animal Radio.
Across America, thousands of homeless dogs, puppies, cats, and kittens are waiting patiently in shelters. Each animal needs a special person, like you, to receive a new lease on life and to find a safe and loving home. Now, Fido Friendly Magazine and North Shore Animal League America have teamed up for the Get Your Licks on Route 66 National Adoption Tour. This life-saving tour will travel the entire length of historic Route 66 to spread the word that adopting a shelter pet is the right choice. This tour will stop in many cities along the route to host adoption events, so hundreds of animals can find permanent homes. Our special thanks to presenting sponsors Purina and the One Hope Network, and supporting sponsors Bissell Home Care, Animal Radio, Toyota, the 3M Company, and La Quinta Inn & Suites. Our sponsor support helps make this life-saving tour possible. To learn more about the Get Your Licks on Route 66 Adoption Tour and when the tour may be visiting a city near you, visit getyourlicks.org today. And please, adopt a shelter pet. It saves a life, and it's definitely the right choice.
Hi, this is Bill Maher. Every year, millions of animals wander away from home, and tragically, most are never reunited with their family. Now there's a way to help a stray animal find its way home. It's called Pets 911. Simply call 1-888-PETS-911 and do your part to help ensure a better future for our animal friends.
For more information, go to pets911.com. Proud to be a partner of Animal Radio.
Fido Friendly Magazine. Perhaps you can do without it, but for kibble's sake, think of your dog. At last, a voice for us traveling canines. Until now, few have taken mobile pooches seriously. After all, who appreciates warm shelter and a comfy bed more than a dog? Fido Friendly, the travel magazine for you and your dog. A quarterly guide to Fido-friendly accommodations in the United States and Canada. Because if Fido ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Subscribe at FidoFriendly.com. Your dog will thank you. Woof.
This is
Animal Radio.
Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, on his way in. He just took a little break to mix his second drink today. He's very thirsty today. Joy Turner. Is she ready to go? Oh, Joy Turner, animal communicator extraordinaire. Hey, Joy, how are you doing?
I'm marvelous, Hal. How's about yourself?
Very good. You have a little cold?
No, actually, I'm on a cell phone today.
Oh, it sounds good. It really sounds... I was going to say, if you have a cold, we got to work towards that more often, because it really does sound good.
Oh, good.
Nice, Hal.
William, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
Where are you?
I am heading for Kingman, Arizona. I'm a professional truck driver.
Well, you're on with animal communicator Joy Turner.
Hi, William.
Hi, Joy. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. And who would you like me to talk with for you?
Oh, yes, I lost a Vinnie Penn about 3 months ago. Her name was Sabrina. And I was just wondering if I had done everything I could. And I have another one named, I don't mean to throw two at you, but... Her name is Tasha, and she's got hip problems. She's at home now. She usually rides with me all the time, but she's got a back hip problem, and I wanted to know, kind of zero in on that.
She comes to me being a very happy girl.
Very, very happy.
Yeah, and she wants you to know she was so completely delighted with her life with you. She just can't even tell you. And she wants you to not worry, that she's absolutely doing fine now. Everything's great for her. And now she wants you to stop thinking about her, worrying about her, and think about Tasha.
I had that feeling also before she passed away.
Yeah, she was...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, she was done with that body. It had taken her as far as it could.
I agree. Very well, and now we can go into Tasha. Could you zero in on Tasha and tell me what you think we're dealing with in her hip?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask her, first I'm saying hello. She wanted me to say hi first. Then I'm going to ask her what her hip feels like. And remind me again, please, which one you said it is?
Right side.
Her right side, okay. That was the one I'm feeling. And I can tell you what it feels like, although your vet would be the best maybe to translate those feelings into some kind of a diagnosis. What she's feeling is there is a lot of, feels like there's not enough nerve sensation getting down into my whole right leg and down into my right foot. So it feels like there's some kind of a pinch happening in that hip, or some kind of a pressure happening in that hip that doesn't allow the right blood flow, the right nerve connections down in there. And it also starts to work back up her spine. The thing that I'm feeling in her spine feels a lot like she may need a chiropractic adjustment. Do you know a chiropractor?
I will find one.
Very often, the kinds of sensations that she's showing me can be from having a spine out of alignment, which then can kind of throw the hip out of alignment, which then does all kinds of strange things. So you might want to consult with a chiropractor and see if getting her adjusted might help her.
Thank you very much.
William, we appreciate your call today. 1-866-405-8405. Joy, if someone wants to get in touch with you during the week, you do sessions, right? 30, 45 minutes? How does that work?
I do 30-minute sessions, and I can do those over the phone anywhere in the world.
And these can be with animals that have, of course, have passed.
Passed or still in their bodies. Wherever they are, we can find them.
Learn more at joyturner.com. Of course, we'll link to that at animalradio.com. Joy, we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks very much, Hal.
We have more Animal Radio on the way.
Celebrating our connection with our pets. From all across the globe, this is Animal Radio. And here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
And your dream team of experts, they're here. Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. By the way, if you live in the Southern California area and like his services, learn more about them at SoCalDogTraining.com. We'll link to all his information there at AnimalRadio.com. Let's head to the phones at 1-866-405-8405. We have Rick. Hi, Rick. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Very good. Where are you today?
I'm in North Carolina, but I live in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Last time I went by the shelter there appeared to be about probably 75% of the dogs were either pit bull or pit bull mix. I just kind of wondered about the problems with the pit bull. Are they mostly just from the owners treating them badly, or do they actually have a bad temper?
Rick, thank you so much for calling us, and thank you for really asking the tough questions. And I don't afraid any questions. As a matter of fact, I love that question, what you asked. I wish a lot of pet owners call us and ask about the switching breeds, their family situations before they acquire the new pet. And thank you so much for God blessing deal, and you basically trying to save the pet's life. So let's talk about the pit bulls. Are they so bad as they portrayed? I think certain breeds the breeds do not decide how to behave. Yes, Rick? Breeders decided for them. That calls breed traits. For instance, everybody knows the Vladae is not a great fan of Akita, Shar-Peis, Chow Chow, and a few Huskies and such and such. Are they bad dogs? Are they bad breeds? No, they're great dogs, great breeds, but they are not designed to be just, be the family pet. They're designed to serve social function, what we had in need by the certain time. So let's talk about pit bulls. The pit bulls, as a matter of fact, I saw much aggressive and more problem with Yorkies and that sausage dogs, which is Dachshund. Yeah, Dachshunds. They are the greatest threat to Americans, not the pit bull, because even though they don't make headlines, but they're biting Americans more than any other breed in the world. So pit bull, the problem with pit bull is when he gets to the red zone, forget it. You cannot stop him. But most of them, they're kind and nice. As with any breed, you need to establish you and every member of your family as authoritative figures in their life. And you need to socialize them. So let's say you decided to get a puppy or dog, young dog, pit bull mix from shelter. All what you need to do, just look in his eyes, how he looks at you. If his eyes is just a little bit, like if he's look at you like a stray eye contact, like staring eye contact, or he's just, ears is down and tail is wagging and he's just say, take me daddy, and things like that. After open the crate and ask the people, so yeah, I would like to pet this dog. Put your top of his head, shake him a little bit, give him a hug, and see his behavior. If he's behaving like a happy Labrador Retriever, that's the great thing. But if you have a child or kids, and bring the kids with you, make sure he's comfortable with the kids. That's very important, because don't take that dog and have to bring it back. Just make sure to do the testing. If you have another dog in your household, bring another dog with you. If you don't have another dog, make sure borrow that dog from your neighbor or member of your family. It is so important to bring another dog when you would like to adopt any dog, including pit bull. Because, excuse me. Yeah, because, if the pit bull wants to fight with another dog, and you have no idea what was in the past in his life and such, none of the trainers will really help you, because we can basically be able to control it, but never can turn that dog around, because it's a very dangerous to do this process. We make one mistake, another dog is done. So my suggestion is, most of pit bulls I train, and I've seen even the problems few, I turn them around, and they're great pets. They really do. If you're hearing the annual radio, I'm here on No Spin Dog Training Zone. I sometimes say people truth as it is. Sometimes it's controversial. Sometimes I get criticism, even from my boss, Hal. But, nothing going to change. And nobody going to put the condom on this microphone. I'm going to tell what I believe is the truth, no matter what. People love me for that, even if you maybe hate. But in generally, I like this breed. They're really good. Make sure he is well accepted, your kids, and another dog. If this is what it is, take pit bull and train him right. Get my DVD Obedience for Life, or find another trainer who would be train him, not with the cookie and the clicker. The trainer who would train him in reinforced obedience training, which will make him to do something in the time when he would rather not. And you will have a great pet for life, Rick.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I just felt sorry for all those guys. There's so many of them down there.
Don't buy because you're sorry, Rick. Never follow your emotions. Don't be emotional. If you're emotional, you can't be logical. Okay, I want you do it because you want to have a pet, because you have a time to spend with your pet. You have not facility, but you have a house or home which you can give him to some degree some freedom, run around in the backyard and be part of your family. Remember, Rick, in Russia we say, from love to the hate, it's just one step. It means a lot of people love those pets, they want to save them, and after they did something wrong, and they brought them back. Expect unexpectable. Expect the dog maybe not behave in the beginning in your home as the angel, but get him trained. Get some tips from my website, socaldogtraining.com, and you will be on the right path. It is a great breed, and you should be confident. If you do what I just asked you to do, you will be starting your relationship with your new pet with the right paw.
Well, good deal. I appreciate it.
You're
Have a
most
nice day
welcome.
now.
Thank you.
Thanks for your call,
calling
Rick.
to Animal Radio.
1-866-405-8405. Hold on, Rick. I have a copy of Secrets of the Russian Dog Wizard, Obedience for Life for you. I'm going to give you a copy. I'll send that off to you if you hold on. Get your address. 1-866-405-8405 to talk to Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, or Bobby, or Vinny, or Debbie. We're all here for you.
Always adopt, don't declaw.
This is Animal Radio
Network.
Radio. Celebrating our connection with our pets. If you're playing the at-home board game, go ahead and move your piece forward on the script or on page 32. Happy July 4th weekend. Please keep your pets very safe for the weekend.
Yeah, and Bobby, can you please cover up? I know you're patriotic, but...
I'm wearing my red, white, and blue thong.
What's wrong with what she's wearing, Judy?
I think she should cover up a little. I'm sorry. This is a workplace.
Yeah, there's a pot calling the kettle black there.
Hey, what's wrong with my top?
Thank you.
Yes. Well, she at least has red, white, and blue on.
Thank you. I'm very patriotic. And speaking of thongs, can I take a little detour here? Because this is a true story I have to share with you guys.
Okay.
Okay. There is a local university. We won't name it, but its initials are SDSU. And unfortunately, there's a wonderful, wonderful church located, sadly, across the street from a frat house.
Oh,
and you know the marquee signs that the church have? Well, they had this wonderful little thought and it said, Jesus knows things. And when I passed by an hour later, apparently Jesus knows thongs.
Oh, no.
And then the next week, it was 4 things you should know. And I thought they wouldn't take that chance again, but they did. And it became 4 thongs you should know. So my suggestion to the church is to get a better lock on their marquee or just move away from the frat houses.
Those creative college kids, I'll tell you. You know, more and more of them are actually bringing pets into the college dorms.
They're
it seems
trying.
like the norm.
And it's making life easier for them.
A lot of colleges won't allow that, but a lot of colleges do.
Yeah, some are starting to open their doors to the pets.
There was a lawsuit. What was it, 3 or 4 weeks back about a young lady brought some goldfish. She had goldfish. She brought them in. The campus said, we can't allow that. They ruled in her favor, and she got to keep her goldfish.
There was another one where a girl had a ferret, and she said it was a therapy ferret.
Therapy ferret?
Yes, so that she should be allowed to keep it because it kept her calm and relaxed during all this stressful being away from
I don't think I'm going to buy that. Seriously. How did it get verified and credentialed?
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to the ferret.
And can I just say that ferrets have this real funky smell if you don't remove their scent glands?
Vladae, speaking of that, Vladae, the world famous Russian dog
Speaking
wizard,
of scent glands,
walking into the studio now.
always
Hey,
feel
Vladae,
very
how you
excited
doing
when
today?
Good, I'm doing very well. I'm very excited when I'm seeing Bobby. So
You're being patriotic today, too. You have the red, the white, and the blue on. You look different today, too.
Yes, I do. Or you expect me to get that the Soviet, whatever it was the camera and things like that? No, I would never do that.
Now, how are you celebrating 4th of July today? Are you having a little weenie roast or something like that?
You know, our family, we live now in this great country for 10 years. We're very proud to be, for now 5 years, American citizens. So we celebrate it as much as Americans do. We have some American traditional dishes, food, and of course we add some Russian flavor to that, but we celebrate it as all Americans do. Have a lunch, family gathering, and after that everybody does its own business.
Do you watch the fireworks?
No, I'm not a great fan of that, really.
Does it scare you? Because it scares me.
Yeah, what about Mishka? Does it scare her?
Yeah, it doesn't scare her. As a matter of fact, we're receiving a lot of calls in my practice around that time when a lot of dogs get scared from firework. But my Mika is a gunshot-proof dog, so she doesn't afraid. Don't forget, guys, I'm from Detroit, so in Detroit, a gunshot like a doorbell, so we're used to.
Well, in about 9 hours, we're going to see fireworks all across the country. What do you think we should do? What tips can you give us for keeping our dogs comfy and happy?
Of course, we're going to keep them inside of the house. Of course, if we think some of our dogs would be acting badly because they did it in the past, we will maybe give them some rescue remedies. We maybe give them some another, maybe Russian herb valerian works perfectly prior to that. And I wish every our listener would have Music My Pet CD, Music My Pet CD, Music My Pet CDs, because they are just amazing. Dogs just relaxing and sleeping and just overcome that stressful time a little bit for the pets.
Oh, very good tips. 1-866-405-8405. Just because it's July 4th doesn't mean we're not here answering your questions. We are. Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, and Dr. Debbie and Vinny, Joy, Susan, Bobby. The whole gang is here.
This is
Animal Radio.
Oh, what did he say? He said we're all across the USA, the most listened to pet show today. Animal Radio, we're everywhere you go. Animal Radio. Animal Radio.
1-866-405-8405 to talk to anyone of the Dream Team on this July 4th weekend. Have a very safe weekend. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, with us. Vinnie Penn, animal communicator Joy Turner. Vital Friendly's Susan Sims. Bobby working on news. I understand she has a story about a moose. A moose and an insurance company. All I need to know is those two. A moose and an insurance company. It sounds like
it doesn't sound good.
Good story to me. First, let's go to the phones at 1-866-405-8405. We have Perry on the phone. Hi, Perry. How you doing?
Just fine. How about yourself?
Very good. I got Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, here, and he's going to answer your questions.
Hi, Perry. How are you?
Just fine. How about yourself?
Good. So let's do today our conversation very conversational. You give me a question, I will give you answers, and just give the answer short so I could get from you as much information as I can.
Okay. I have a 3.5-year-old Rottweiler male, and he's been neutered, but he has a compulsive licking. I mean, not himself. He'll lick other people. Basically, any part of your skin that's exposed, it don't matter if it's an arm, legs. I mean, he goes after me more than anything, but he doesn't do it in a vicious way. He just loves to lick.
Yes, I understand. A lot of people will be jealous to you because a lot of people have Rottweilers calling about different issues, how to stop them not from licking, from biting. But so you have a much easier and I would say more pleasure or pleasant dilemma to deal with. Okay, so licking, this is the way how the dogs establish or impose their attention. I cannot say it's a dominance. It's not the dominant behavior, but what it is, the dog he knows. He starts to lick to someone, and that someone giving back some attention in terms of petting or pushing away or yelling or screaming. So every time your dog does things like that, if you do something in return, such as screaming, yelling, pushing, he gets attention. Any attention better than no attention. By the way, what do you do when he acts like that?
I tried to train him with a bottle, a spray bottle, and spray him with that, but that just seemed to tick him off, and he'd bite at the water. It didn't faze him. He just
He loves the water. Let me tell you one thing. Get the pencil or pen and write it down, because what I will tell you will fix this problem quickly and easily. That's a unique device created by me and my American partner. I would say that product will fix your problem, your dog's behavior problem with the speed of Russian Borzoi, powered by American Bull Mastiff. The name of that product is Pet Convincer. You go on the Google and type Pet Convincer or www.petconvincer.com. It is a unique mixture of sound and air. You push the button, convincing air comes on the run with the sound like a... Yeah. One convincing air blast, bad behavior in the past. He will stop it. Make sure, get 2 of them. It's very inexpensive. So your wife or member of your family had it. You had it. 3-4 times, you push the button the right time. 3-4 times, you win those battles. You will win the war. Hey, and you know what? Instead of just correcting him for unwanted behavior, but also understand also what they're causing this behavior. And I think your dog is bored. Your dog has no work to do. Why not just to put the collar and leash on him, and 2 times per day make sure he has a leash time. Sit, stay, walking without pulling. If he's ahead a little bit, if you walk with him and he's a little bit ahead of you, turn around and snap him. And remember, the only collar which you must use is the collar by company Springer. This is the German quality. You know, we Russians like the Germans, probably to some degree like Republicans like Democrats and vice versa. But we accept and respect the power and genius of their engineering. So they came up with the marvelous device. It's a pinch collar with quick release by company Springer. You can visit the Animal Radio website to find the link where to buy them. So what I think you should do, 2 things at the same time. As usually, address the symptoms by using Pet Convincer. Every time he licks, you basically push the button and, he's going to stop it, do it in 1 second. Number 2, address the cause of this problem. Please put the collar and leash on him and make him be tired. Tired dog is the good dog. Thank you for calling an Animal Radio.
1-866-405-8405 to talk to Vladae, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. Bobby's working on a news story right now. She has the top 10 most poisonous things in your garden for your pet. You'll want to be hearing about this. And then Vladae, I understand he has some email, and if I understand this correctly, someone has emailed you about, how do I put it delicately?
Yes.
You don't want to hear it, but, that's a very hilarious.
It is.
I have an email when our listener asked me very seriously, listen, Vladae, my dog is not allowing me to be intimate with my husband, but the person asked me to keep it very confidential.
Oh, so you'll be sharing that story with us in just a few minutes, of course, like you've never been caught by the dog while you're trying to make love. That's all on the way right here on Animal Radio.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
This is Stephanie Coleman for Animal Radio. 4th of July fireworks are dazzling for people, but not always for dogs. Many dogs are afraid of fireworks, and some even develop a phobic response. To help keep your dog safe this 4th of July, consider the following tips. If you're not sure how your dog responds to fireworks, don't leave him home alone on the 4th. Dogs with firework phobias can easily panic and injure themselves. You want to be home with your dog to supervise his behavior. July 5th is one of the busiest days for shelters when people go looking for dogs that escaped in a panic. If you can't stay home with your dog, keep him confined and make sure he can't escape. Close the windows, crank on the AC, and turn up the television or radio to help block outside noise. Then give him a wonderful chew bone to concentrate on. If you'll be home with your dog, make sure he's good and hungry when the sun goes down. Have wonderful treats and keep him busy working and playing for snacks as fireworks blast in the distance. Play all his favorite games and teach him that big booms predict great things. Don't coddle him if he seems worried. If he'll eat a treat, it's better to spend your time reinforcing his desire to eat rather than thinking he looks pitiful. Don't take your dog to a public fireworks display. Hearing them in the distance is different from being at a show, and overexposure to the sights, sounds, and smells of fireworks can create a phobia in some dogs. If you know or discover that your dog is afraid of fireworks, find a qualified trainer who can help you. Keep in mind that dogs who are afraid of fireworks often struggle during thunderstorms and on New Year's Eve, too. Over-the-counter products such as Rescue Remedy or melatonin may help, but in extreme cases, you might need to work with your vet to treat the phobia pharmaceutically. For more 4th of July and other training tips, check out caninestein.blogspot.com. That's caninestein.blogspot.com. With careful planning, you and your dog will both enjoy the 4th of July. I'm Stephanie Coleman for Animal Radio.
Hi, this is Jenna Fisher on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your animals.
Listen closely.
Did you hear that? That's the sound of peace of mind. Peace of mind that comes in convenient, pre-measured packets of Safeguard Canine Dewormer. Just sprinkle the granules on your dog's food twice a year to protect him against the major types of canine intestinal worms. Monthly heartworm prevention programs alone are not enough. Find out how to get the upper hand on intestinal worm infections by visiting www.safeguardfordogs.com.
When I went looking for a quality allergen-free dog food for Roscoe, a friend told me about canine caviar. Being a born skeptic, I examined every ingredient and, most importantly, made sure it drove our dog's taste buds crazy. Here's the lowdown. Canine caviar is holistic, allergen-free, with raw dehydrated meats, herbs, fish oil, and flaxseed for health and joint support. Good food for Roscoe from a company I can trust. Ask your pet store for canine caviar. Learn more at caninecaviar.com.
Does your pet become anxious when you leave the house? Do certain sounds like thunder or sirens cause your pet to feel uneasy? If your pet barks excessively or is an out-of-control chewer, you'll find the solution in Classic Cuts by Music My Pet. The principal performer for Disney's Baby Einstein has created Classic Cuts with special sounds to help calm, soothe, and relax your pet. A calm pet is a happy pet. To order your Classic Cuts, visit www.musicmypet.com or call 1-877-PET-CALM.
Hi, I'm Ken Schrader. In race car driving, seconds can win a race. But to win the race against pet overpopulation, you need to understand the importance of spaying or neutering your pets. Every few seconds, hundreds of dogs and cats are put down in our country. Help fix the problem. I urge you to spay or neuter your pets. To find out how, visit pets911.com or call 1-888-PETS911 today.
For more information, go to pets911.com. Proud to be a partner of Animal Radio.
Hey, this is Cesar Milan. When I'm not doing the dog whisper, I'm listening to Animal Radio. Stay balanced.
This is
Animal Radio.
It's Animal Radio. 1-866-405-8405. That woke her up right out of a nap. Look at her nose popping up there with a squeaky toy. Here, give me that squeaky toy.
Just peeks out from under the blanket.
Squeaky toys are the best ever.
Can you imagine all the dogs that are looking up at their radio right now?
That's fun to do. Yeah,
We're
cats will turn their little heads
crazy.
too and go, what?
Oh, even Vladae. Watch Vladae if you can look out the window there. Look at Vladae when I hit the squeaky.
Wow.
He looked up.
Do it again. Do it again.
1-866-405-8405 if you want to talk to Vladae, if you have a dog behavior problem. Dr. Debbie with your vet medical questions. Animal communicator Joy Turner. Bobby's working hard on news. She's the kind of gal that she carries a pager around, and if any animal news stories break during the week, let me tell you, she gets right on it. She knows anything animal. And she's also,
I do, and
yes.
well, a lot of that comes in from my Twitter.
That's what I was going to say. You have this electronic network. You have friends that are in states, all 50 states.
Our animal, all over the world, honey. Our animal radio people are awesome. I'm getting followed locally by Pet Sitter Cat, and then we have cat blogs who are also following us. Also, Pets on Lunch. There's Romeo the cat, and it's really nice to see these people. They will send me little comments about what's going on in their neck of the woods, so to speak, because we're everywhere.
We really are.
So
You can't get away from us.
No,
You
we'll
really-
find you.
We're everywhere. We got the best friends of animals, the BFAS best friends that are in Utah.
They're listening.
And they're wonderful people. And I have a story coming up in our newscast out of Utah that you will love.
Oh, can you tell me a little bit about it?
I can. It involves a moose taking a fall and an insurance claim. I'll tell you all about it.
That's scary. 1-866-405-8405. I believe we have another Tanya on the phone. Hi, Tanya.
Hi there.
Where are you?
I'm sorry?
Where are you?
I'm actually driving in Ventura.
Oh, lovely Ventura. Are you listening on XM or KTMS?
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. I had a question regarding one of my cats, the female, about 5 years old, and what she does is she starts to chew on wires, telephone wires, phone wires, and it costs a ton of money. And somebody told me that it could be a zinc deficiency, that she might need zinc. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not all the time. It kind of goes in spurts where she'll start chewing and then she'll stop for about 3 weeks and then she starts again.
Has she been injured by this yet?
I'm sorry?
Has she been injured as a result of this? You said it costs a lot of money, so I was wondering if she's suffered some burns or any electrocution.
No, and that's the thing. She doesn't, we thought, well, doesn't she get electrocuted? And she doesn't. She continues on biting wires.
Oh. Okay. Now, I'd say no, I don't believe that I can explain this by a deficiency. This kind of falls into the sneaky cats like to do things that get them into trouble category. And the first question that I'd say is, does she do this when you're around, or is this something you find the evidence afterwards?
She does it when we're around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's probably the big key, because a lot of cats will... they like to chew on things in general, but when they do this behavior, it can become an attention-seeking behavior. So it actually, the yelling and the attention of, hey, stop that, what are you doing, becomes a game. So what we have to do is remember that while we don't want her to do that, we don't want to make it perpetuated by this reinforcement, if you will. So that's an important thing. So I try to use distraction and redirecting her behavior towards something else. So rather than yelling at her and chasing her, I would say, let's talk about, pulling out a favorite cat toy and go running the other way, or shaking that little can of Pounce and have her come running the other direction, and use it as a positive redirection. That would be the big thing. The other things that I might try would be, and you may have tried some remedies for the individual areas, but if there's particular cords that she's looking at and messing with, we can get PVC piping and run the cords through that to not only protect her from chewing them, but to keep the cords from getting chewed up, and if you have to keep replacing things. Right. The other thing, which for some cats helps, and I haven't had every cat really have this work, is to use double-sided tape and to put that over the wire area. So it's just kind of sticky. They don't like to mess with it, and it's a little kind of kinder deterrent to keep them away from something like that.
Gotcha. Okay, great.
So,
and then I have another question regarding my other cat, who's about, I would say, 7 years old, and he tends to eliminate 3 different spots: my husband's office, by the television, and by our phone. Mm-hmm. And he's a wild cat. We actually rescued him. We got 2 large litter boxes because we have cats, and we changed his food from dry food to wet food. Our veterinarian actually suggested that one. And but he continues on doing it.
Okay. Has he had his urine checked?
He has. Yes, he had his urine checked, and his feces, and it's all fine. But it's just we just don't know where else to really turn.
Okay. And is he doing just peeing in those spots, or is he doing both?
He's doing actually more of number 2 than number 1.
I would say that if he wants to go there, I would definitely put a box right there. That's going to be one of the first things, because either he's using that spot as a marking spot, and that's where he prefers the toilet area. The other thing that I'd look at, and you said he was a mature cat?
About 7 years old, yes.
7 years. Is I'd look to make sure that there's not anything else that's keeping him from going in the litter box. Sometimes things like arthritis can be very subtle in middle-aged older cats, so I'll often put him on glucosamine supplement just to see if that helps. And then generally all the playing around with the litter box that we recommend for cats that have elimination problems. So taking the lids off, switching litter types, moving the location of the box. But if he's got particular areas he's going right now, I would actually physically move the box to that spot, and if he uses it consistently, then we gradually move it away from that area, because it can be very challenging if we try to fight his instincts and where he's going. The other option is we block him off from those areas, start from square one, and limit his world. And when he has good behaviors and he's gradually working up to just using the litter pan, and we give him more access to these kind of problem areas, as long as he doesn't have a failure and backslide, then we'll allow him a little bit more room in the house. And that works if you can kind of block things off. If you can't, then it can be a little trickier to do that method. But I'd give that a try. See how that works out for you. Boy, you got your hands full there with those little troublemaking little kitties. But they're certainly well worth it. Well, thank you so much for your call. We really appreciate it.
It's Animal Radio.
1-866-405-8405. Bobby Hill working on a new story about Bo Obama. Has a book now.
Obama.
Apparently baseball cards.
Baseball cards, too. The dog's got everything.
Yeah.
TV
he's
deal
the
yet?
first pooch.
Yeah, he is the first pooch.
That's the only thing he doesn't have. Good point, Hal. He's got the baseball card. He's got the books.
What about a radio
Where's the
show?
TV deal?
Can we get Bo
Get him
Obama?
on. Yeah, I'll try to get him on.
Yeah.
Give him his own segment here on Animal Radio. I'm sure he'd have something to talk about. How's the Twitter going? My little social networking butterfly?
Twitter is a blast. We've gotten quite a few listeners and followers from
Animal
just
Radio.
guys listening to I know I'm looking at 12 different things at once, like the lyrics to Route 66, because I can't do two things at once. If I see something shiny, I just follow it. Yeah, we can get a lot of our listeners are Twitterids.
Yes, I understand
I mean that in a good way. And I've gotten a couple of pet finder organizations, a couple of cat bloggers. I don't know if it's the cat themselves that types. Those are talented kitties if they can type. And a couple of dogs, too.
Oh, very exciting. If someone wants to follow your Twitter, how can they do that?
Just Bobby Hill. That's real. It's Twitter at Bobby Hill.
Okay, so twitter.com/Bobby Hill, right?
No, you don't even have to. Well, yes, it's twitter.com/Bobby Hill, and I think I've totally confused everybody now.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we'll link to it from animalradio.com. That's
smart, huh?
Really, if there's any website you just need to remember ever, it's just animalradio.com, and then all the links are right there, of course. And you're doing the YouTube thing.
We're on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, well, we have a bunch of videos up there on YouTube. We have Ladybug doing her agility, Judy doing that several weeks back. In fact, you have an email about that, and I'll read that in just a second here.
No, somebody responded to that?
Yeah.
How cute.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to read it now? Well, hold on a second. We also have video up there of you doing, Bobby, the flight line that you did a couple Thursdays back down at the San Diego Wild Animal Park.
Wow.
The Wild Animal Park, which is the coolest wild animal park ever. And this flight line it's a zip line. It's 2/3 of a mile, and it is the longest in North America. And it just is so cool.
Now, I noticed on this video of you actually doing that ride that you're not anywhere in it.
No. I'm wearing helmet cam.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and actually, I was completely naked when I was on that ride.
Really? That's good to know.
That's awesome.
Good to know. And, of course, today you're wearing
That'll
your
get us more YouTube hits.
red, white, and blue thong today in celebration of
Thank you
July
very
4th.
much for noticing.
There.
If you want to see these videos, by the way, they're at Animal Radio. They're at YouTube.com/Animal Radio. And, of course, that link also at animalradio.com. If you want to email us, your voice at animalradio.com. You're holding an email over there about Ladybug and his video.
I want to hear it.
Okay, are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
This is signed D, so I don't know who it's really from.
Okay.
So regarding Ladybug, WTF, and I don't have to translate that for most people who know abbreviation. It seems awfully hungry, and I'm sure she needs a dog.
You mean
maybe if you fed it more, it would grow into a dog.
Wait,
I think you need to increase the difficulty. No, I think you need to increase the difficulty of the tasks. Maybe raise the bar or set the hoop on fire.
Ooh, set the hoop on fire. I like that.
Not a good idea.
This is not
My
funny.
favorite part is the cats, is that Oreo Nike lounging in the blue tube waiting for a cappuccino. Cats really know what's what, and it's signed D.
Okay. D.
No, we're not going to set the hoop on fire.
No.
Don't like that
I might raise the bar
just a little bit, just a tad. If you want to see this agility training, by the way, videos of all of this over at animalradio.com. And, of course, you can actually upload your videos. Can you? Oh, you can't yet?
You can.
Oh, you
Maybe.
can. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
What are you asking us for, Hal?
Yeah.
You're the electronic guru.
No, you're the technical guy.
It's your job.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Millions of homeless animals are waiting patiently in shelters to find new homes. Fido Friendly Magazine and North Shore Animal League America have teamed up for the Get Your Licks on Route 66 National Adoption Tour. This life-saving tour will cross the country to spread the word that adopting a shelter pet is the right choice. Special thanks to presenting sponsors Purina and the One Hope Network, plus supporting sponsors Bissell Home Care, Animal Radio, Toyota, the 3M Company, and La Quinta Inn and Suites. To learn more about this life-saving tour, visit getyourlicks.org today. Please, adopt a shelter pet. It's the right choice.
Hi, this is Joy Behar on Animal Radio. Please spay and neuter your pets.
My little social networking butterfly.
You know what's funny? Each and every weekend after our show airs, I get more Twitter followers. So they are paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if we just throw the words naked and nude in there every once in a while.
You got them. We're going to do a quick check of news in just a second, but first let's check in with Susan Sims on the road, getting her licks off Route 66.
On
Route 66. Right, how you doing, Susan?
Hey, we're doing good. I'll tell you what, this has been fabulous. We're wrapped up the tour, and the heat had been overwhelmingly 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal.
Yeah.
We still had a lot of puppies and kittens adopted. I think we reached the 100 mark. We were very, very happy with the turnout.
I know the animals were in an air-conditioned vehicle. Xena, of course, we're talking about. You, of course, in the hot, smeltering heat of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, well, it wasn't even so bad, but except the heat index was probably another 5 to 7 degrees. So we had a tough time, but the animals were keeping cool, and people were able to get on the air-conditioned bus and take a look at the puppies and the kittens, and it really was great. I'm sure, like I said, the heat probably kept a lot of folks home, but we were really happy with the turnout.
So I understand that you took a lot of pictures of people adopting animals, and you're going to choose one to be on the cover. Are there any that stick out in your mind so far?
Of course, we're talking about Fido Friendly Magazine, yes?
Oh, yeah. Fido Friendly Magazine, we had the tough job of taking pictures of our newly adopted puppies and dogs. And I'll tell you what happened is, as we're still looking through, but some of the backstories are very interesting. We had a couple in Flagstaff, Arizona, that had just taken their child for leukemia for treatment. So they adopted 2 dogs for this boy. So that makes me cry just thinking about it. But some of the backstories are really compelling. So it's going to be tough to pick a dog for the cover.
Okay, and of course you can read all about it at getyourlicks.org, and you'll be writing about it and you'll have pictures, I'm sure, in Fido Friendly, the next issue of Fido Friendly, right?
Yep, September, October, we're going to roll out all the fun stops that we have along Route 66 and getting ready to do it again next year.
Susan, thanks so much for doing this. You're awesome. Are you tired?
We are a little tired, but we're going to R&R in Mackinac Island. For those who have seen Somewhere in Time, one of the all-time favorite love stories, we're going to take Junior and walk around Mackinac Island for a couple days. So it's not too bad.
Okay, well, have a safe and happy July 4th, will you?
Same to you guys.
This is an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Simple Solution.
I'm Bobby Hill for Animal Radio. The country's only 24-hour animal poison control center reminds pet owners to be aware of the plants in their yard. The Animal Poison Control Center in Urbana, Illinois says, quote, "The prettier it is, the more likely it is to be toxic," end quote. Here are some of the examples: azaleas, cycad palms, oleander, foxglove, castor bean, and lily of the valley, all very poisonous. The APCC has 10 tips for pet owners with gardens. Number 1, don't assume your pet won't eat it. They will. Number 2, know the scientific names of your plants, not just to show off for your friends. If you have to contact poison control to save your animal, they're going to need that information. Number 3, educate yourself on regional plants that may be poisonous. They may not make the national list. Check with your local vet. That's what I do. They'll have a list. Number 4, use non-toxic gardening products. Number 5, if you're using pesticides, restrict your pet's access to the area after applying them. And 6, avoid cocoa mulch. I'm going to say that again. Avoid cocoa mulch. It contains theobromine, which is the active ingredient in chocolate that is toxic to pets. Number 7, check and see if you have any other products that are made from cocoa mulch. There's some jewelry that's made from it, and it's toxic. Just as poisonous, dogs will sit there and chew on it. Number 8, don't hesitate to seek veterinary advice if your pet has eaten a toxic plant. Don't wait, don't hesitate, call or take them in. Number 9, don't use the Ipecac syrup on your dog or cat.
Oh,
Doesn't
really?
work.
Okay.
No, don't use that. Number 10, don't believe that your pet will learn from one bad experience. You're the one in charge. You're smarter. Yeah. And moving a little bit west from Urbana, Illinois, over to the scenic state of Utah. Have you ever had to call your insurance company and file a claim for $1,500 in damages caused by a falling moose?
Oh.
2 students at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah had to do just that after state wildlife officers shot a young bull moose with tranquilizers. The bull moose was on campus in early June. The moose, clearly under the effects of the tranquilizer, crashed through a barricade and fell and collapsed onto 2 cars. One of the students said she fully expected the Beehive State to pay the $1,500 in damages, but state officials said they don't have a fund for reimbursing damages caused by mooses, or moose. An auto body shop in Orem, Utah has stepped up and offered free repairs for the students, and the moose was released into the wild, hasn't returned to campus. I'm Bobby Hill for Animal Radio. Get more breaking animal news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by Simple Solution with a tip for pet messes. For liquid spills or urine stains, blot up the excess by starting on the outside of the stain, then move toward the center of the affected area. This will prevent the stain from spreading.
Do you owe too much money on your credit cards? Do you have over $12,000 in debt and don't know how you'll pay it off? I have a proven program that can help solve your debt problems. I'm Ted Brower, founder of Debt Settlement USA. Credit card debt can cause serious financial hardship, especially if you have loss of income, you're going through a divorce, or you have costly medical bills. Before things get worse, call Debt Settlement USA. We'll show you how to get rid of your debt faster than you think, without bankruptcy and without taking out another loan. Just call Debt Settlement USA right now for a free consultation. Your call is confidential, and there's no obligation.
Call Debt Settlement USA at 1-888-551-7788. If you're having trouble with credit card debt, call right now. Call 1-888-551-7788. That's 888-551-7788.
Hi, this is Iron Chef Kat Cora on Animal Radio. Please adopt a pet.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
It's Animal Radio. The whole gang is here except for Susan Sim. She's on the road. She picked the short straw. She's adopting animals out on the Get Your Licks on Route 66 tour. Which one are we going to? To Denise. Hi, Denise. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Where are you today?
I'm in Comanche, Iowa.
Okay. How can we help you?
I have a new puppy. She's 9 weeks old. And I've given her a bath and combed her. She doesn't have any fleas, but she's scratching a lot and she's tearing up her ear.
Okay, what kind of dog is she?
She's a pure black German Shepherd.
Okay, German Shepherd. And is there any kind of hair loss, any kind of sores that you're seeing on her skin?
Under her arm, one of her front armpit on the one side where she's been scratching, but on her ear, it's just red from itching, and she's got hair coming out, from scratching it.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Now, a lot of times with puppies, they can scratch a little bit, and I'll call that normal, especially if you put a collar on and they're scratching up in that area. You wouldn't believe the times that I've seen pets referred to me because they've had a skin problem, and they actually have a collar on, and they just don't like the collar. So if that might be any part of this problem, take it off and see if the scratching subsides. But if you're actually seeing hair loss in that area, especially if she's uncomfortable or sensitive, you need to get her in for an exam because there's probably something going on. And in puppies, even if you don't see fleas, we still check for them, and we'll still put dogs on flea preventative. So that's still something to think about. The other thing is really common in puppies can actually be types of skin mites, little microscopic parasites. So I would say that in your situation, Denise, I would really want to get your little puppy in, get a good physical exam, and then potentially even check that ear out in case there's an ear problem deep down in that ear canal. So I think that's probably the big thing is we need to get a little more firm diagnosis of what we've got going on in your little baby there.
Okay. Now, is there any natural remedies for fleas? Because everything I read says you can't put them on them unless they're 12 weeks old.
Well, not necessarily. There are some flea products that are safe for six weeks and older. So, but I guess before I tell you to start treating for fleas, that's the problem. Like I said, I really think it's important that we get her properly evaluated. Yeah, because at that age, we need to start talking about puppy vaccinations and other wellness things. So you really need to make sure, if you haven't already gotten to a veterinarian, that we do that, and that'll be an ideal time. And if she were in front of me right now, I'd be looking through that skin, looking for signs that we might need to sample that. And in a lot of cases, we'll take a little scraping of the skin, look under the microscope, and we look for critters. And I think that's really going to be the first thing. So, the only thing I'd say that you could probably do for dry skin in a puppy that won't really go either which way is, we can use a colloidal oatmeal shampoo as kind of a non-itching type shampoo. But I'd really want to make sure that we are getting this baby evaluated and really pick up from there, because we can go anywhere from fleas to mites to dry skin to an ear infection and see which we need to do for her.
Okay, because I know it's not fleas. I just shampooed the carpets, and usually if I shampoo them, I pick them up, and I didn't see any in the water at all.
Good.
My other dog has front line on him. He's almost 2. He's a German Shepherd too, and he hasn't been scratching, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I'd say, like I said, let's get her checked out, and hopefully everything's going to be good, and it's something we can get managed and get her on the right track. But puppy care is so important. So for all our listeners, make sure you follow the recommendations, get those exams, get those boosters on regular time. This is Dr. Debbie. If you have a question about your puppy, kitten, or lizard, give me a call at 1-866-405-8405.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Hi, this is Ed Begley Jr. on Animal Radio. Live green is best for you, your family, and that includes your pets.
Ever dream of a home free from pet stains and odors? Haven't we all? Now defending your dream is easier with Simple Solution Stain and Odor Remover. The new and improved Rapid Response formula works faster and better at complete and permanent stain removal. This new bacterial and enzyme formula is more powerful and more effective for those tough pet stains like urine, feces, and vomit. Your dream is our reality. Simple Solution products are available at pet specialty stores nationwide.
Is your dog a lucky dog? My dog is. She eats Lucky Dog cuisine, home-cooked meals that come straight to my door. Give your dog the same natural ingredients you would if you had the time to cook for them every day. Feed your dog what Animal Radio feeds their lucky dog. Lucky Dog cuisine. Great ingredients, no preservatives, straight from Lucky Dog's kitchen to your freezer. Visit LuckyDogCuisine.com for tail-wagging home-cooked meals made with love. LuckyDogCuisine.com. That's LuckyDogCuisine.com.
Is your credit card debt out of control and you don't know what to do? I'm Ted Brower, founder of Debt Settlement USA. Contrary to what you may hear from other advertisers, there is no secret program that can magically eliminate your debt. But Debt Settlement USA does have an answer. We have perhaps the most experienced team in the industry. We've negotiated and settled over $150 million of debt for people just like you. If you have over $12,000 of credit card debt, call right now for a free consultation. Debt Settlement USA built its reputation on one simple fact. We help our clients cut their debt. Find out how we can help you reduce your balances and your monthly payments.
Call Debt Settlement USA at 1-888-551-7788. If you're having trouble with credit card debt, call right now. Call 1-888-551-7788. That's 888-551-7788.
This is
Animal Radio.
Hey, it's Vinnie Penn coming back at you with another party animal segment. Animal Radio, baby, because you're demanding it. Thanks for all of the emails I've been getting from people who are like, this should be a TV show. This should be Vinnie Penn's Animal Radio. All of you people out there saying that you want it extended to being a full half hour long and an hour. All right, nobody's emailed me in this regard. But you can email me at vinny@animalradio.com. Okay, this week's topic, very true story. True story. No exaggeration here. We've been having a problem in my neighborhood for the past couple of summers we've been plagued by skunks. I've been having a real skunk problem. The stench from them just firing off their skunk lasers in the middle of the night could wake you from a sound sleep at 3 a.m. I even set trap. I hate to do it. I didn't want anything destroyed. I'll plead the fifth or just say it's naivete. I don't know how this goes, but I did have someone come out and set a trap for the skunk. I have 2 small children. It was the stank was waking us up every night. Lo and behold, one day, a couple of weeks ago, I hear kerplunk in the middle of the day in the pool in the backyard. I look out. The skunk has fallen in the pool in the middle of the day, which suggests rabies. Am I right? Is that urban myth? Is that a wives' tale? I heard of a skunk or a raccoon. If you see them in the middle of the day, chances are very good that these are nocturnal creatures to a degree, so they could be rabid. I don't know if that's urban myth or not. But he falls in the pool. So I'm an animal lover. I stand there and I think, this is it. This is how it's going to have to end. I'm just going to have to let him, there was a trap in the yard. I'm just going to have to let him go this way. But I couldn't take it. I couldn't take being in the house and there's an animal splishing and splashing around in my pool. So I went and I told my wife, I said, we've finally resolved the skunk issue. It's in the pool right now. And she said, what? She looked at me kind of funny. I said, I know. I hate that it has to wind up this way. But, it's finally going to solve the issue. The skunk has been, terrorizing the neighborhood. So I just left the room, didn't think anything of it. All of a sudden, I heard the sliding glass door open and close. I look out the window, and my wife is out there with the pool skimmer, true story, hand to God, and fishes the big, fat, stinky skunk out of our pool. Now, there's a part of me that's livid because this issue for 3 summers is finally resolved, and she's fishing it. So I'm thinking, I want to see that tail come up and this rabid skunk just blast her, because then she'd have to take a bath in tomato juice too, which would be kind of sexy actually to me. But I'm into some strange stuff. And lo and behold, I swear, it's like she dropped it off in the lawn. It's like the skunk was like Pepe Le Pew or something. It just looked at her and said, thank you, ma chérie. And he just gave her a wink. I swear, I think I saw the skunk wink and took off. How would you feel? How would you feel if this skunk was plaguing your neighborhood, fell into a neighbor's pool, the issue could have finally been resolved, and some little house on the prairie weaned housewife had to save it with the pool skimmer? You let me know. Vinnie Penn, Party Animal on Animal Radio.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
This is Fred Willard on Animal Radio. Remember to spay and neuter your animals. I've had it done to me. It's not that woof.
This is
Animal Radio.
Did you know that only 14% of all dogs and 4% of cats that end up in a shelter are reunited with their rightful owner? Well, now, new technology and an old standby are helping to improve those odds.
An animal identification microchip is a tiny computer chip which has an identification number programmed into it. It is easily and safely implanted under the skin of an animal with a hypodermic needle. Once the animal is chipped, he can be identified throughout his life with this unique number. The chips have a 25-year lifespan, require no care, and cannot pass through or out of the body. Microchips are read by a scanning device which recognizes this unique identification number. Through registration of the animal with a national database, the owner can be contacted, and this is an important step many pet owners forget. The early results of this technology is good, with one company reporting over 250,000 pets reunited with their owners after being scanned and their microchip identified. Animal welfare workers report that microchipping is very important in reuniting pets with their owners after widespread disasters like hurricanes or mass evacuations. There's only one problem with this technology. Not all readers detect all chips, and not all humane shelters even have readers. It's important to talk with your veterinarian about what the local standards are in your area. Technology is great, but let's face it, When your pet is lost, it's very simple to have a physical pet ID tag on your pet so the finder can call the owner. Websites such as getmehome.com allow you to register your own ID number, and if a person finds your pet, they can find you online in a snap. This free service allows you to update your information quickly without getting a new tag. I'm Dr. Jim Humphreys reporting for Animal Radio.
This is Ben Vereen on Animal Radio. Remember to spay and neuter your animal for a healthier and longer life.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Animal Radio, celebrating our connection with our pets. Boy, I'm getting a lot of email today. Your voice at animalradio.com is the website, the email address if you want to send us email. If you want to send it specifically to anyone, head on over to animalradio.com, and there's links to everyone that works here at Animal Radio. 1-866-405-8405, that number open all week long if you have a question. We're here to answer it. You get some email there too, Vlad. What do you have in your hands?
Oh, I think that's the email of the week, Okay. Yes, the person asked me about confidentiality, so I'm not giving the real names.
Oh, so the person that emailed you actually asked you to not talk about it with anybody, to be confidential about it, right? Not reveal it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So anonymous writes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Exactly.
Okay.
My dog is not allowing me to be intimate with my husband.
Ooh, why not?
Yeah. Really, how to be intimate with your spouse, boyfriends, girlfriends in the bed when your dogs are sleeping in the bed? What could be the solution? Now, let me tell you why the dogs get so nervous. When the humans have some type of the sexual activities, they're making some type of the sounds which the dog can perceive that somebody gets hurt or somebody's in trouble.
Okay, so this is a family show, so let's just say making pudding.
I may need to go to church.
So when you're making pudding and the dog is watching, the dog might think that there's something going wrong there.
You are such politically correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let me even put it even more politically correct way. Okay, when some people in the bed get busy. That's American slang.
Very good.
So, thank you. So they get busy with some type of the activities. We're not gonna say what. I think listeners understand.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So. And they're making certain sounds, which is very understandable. Why? Dogs get very agitated. Am I speaking now in the clear English?
I get you loud and clear.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you should hear some of the noises around my house.
Okay.
That's another story for another time. I'm sorry about that. Go on.
Okay. So, and they get nervous because they don't know what's going on, and somebody gets hurt or how they need to react to that. So what could be the solution? Because let's be honest, a lot of people just do keep the dogs in the beds, unfortunately, even in that type of in that crucial time. And also, you believe it or not, people, if you have a female dog or male owner and vice versa, the dog can get jealousy too, and you could be up the creek without pedo. That's another American saying.
You're doing very good today with those, Vladae.
Thank you. I did not even warm up yet. Where's my vodka? Okay, so what to do? Number one, if I would wanted to have some type of the intellectual activities in the bed, I would put it this way. First of all, what I would do, I would get that dog out of my bed and even out of my room. I could put it in the bedroom, or I could put it in another bedroom, or just get out of the house to the backyard.
Now, if I did that, it would start barking. It would start yelping and making all kinds of noise.
Oh, your Chihuahua?
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a simple solution. Just do that things first.
Okay.
And, and after that, take care of the business. So sometimes with people, complicating issues more than what it is, you know. But again, if you would like to continue to sleep with your dog in the bed and just get yourself engaged in this type of the intellectual activities, just get my device, Pet Convincer. You know, if the dog is barking or growling, just, you know, pull it, shoot it, convincing air comes on the air, the dog jumps out of the bed, you can keep doing what you've been doing and be done with this.
Just don't get the Pet Convincer confused with any sex toys, okay?
Sorry.
And you can actually you can actually train your husband with this Pet Convincer too. I mean, it works great for the dog, but train your husband. Think of the possibilities.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I do it, my husband jumps out of the bed.
Jumps right out of the bed, just like that.
So.
Okay, we have a fun today, guys. So sorry, but you know that's the real question, and we're supposed to answer any questions, even this question here on Animal Radio.
This is Animal Radio Network.